हेलो दोस्तों, स्वागत है आप सभी का हमारे चैनल इग्नो सेंटर पर। तो दोस्तों, आज का जो टॉपिक है वो आपका अ ग्रेन ऑफ वीट है और इसका हम फुल क्रिटिकल एनालिसिस प्रोवाइड कराएंगे, जो कि आपको ये डिटेल स्टोरी समझने में मदद करेगा। और ये एक इंग्लिश रिटन नोट रहेगा, तो आपको पूरा एग्ज़ाम्स में भी मदद आएगा। तो दोस्तों, इसके राइटर है नुगी वा थियोंगो, जो कि केन्या के राइटर थे और ये पब्लिश हुआ था 1967 में। तो दोस्तों, ये जो है वो हमारा पीडीएफ है एनालिसिस का। तो हम ये आपको लाइन बाय लाइन पढ़ के सुनाएंगे। आप अपना नोट ज़रूर बनाइएगा और अगर आप हमारे चैनल के साथ नए जुड़े हैं तो ज़रूर चैनल को सब्सक्राइब, लाइक और शेयर करिएगा। तो दोस्तों, बढ़ते हैं हमारे टॉपिक की ओर। अ ग्रेन ऑफ व्हीट क्रिटिकल एनालिसिस। Ngugi focused on his beliefs concerning colonialism in his novel A Grain of Wheat. In the novel, he used his characters to express his beliefs and portray the feeling of Kenya just before independence. Mugo is a man who is lonely and consumed by guilt. He has no family in the village. He also knows that the people look to him as a hero and leader, which give him a purpose. But he must deal with the fact that he betrayed a fellow fighter to save himself. Mugo's character is used as the source of redemption. In the end, he learned that he must pay for his deed and make the ultimate sacrifice of giving his life for the cause. This is important because Ngugi feels that everyone must sacrifice to make a change. Kihika is the freedom fighter and Mumbi's brother. He became a hero to the village and a fair Mau Mau. Kihika is betrayed by Mugo, and because of this betrayal, he is cast and hanged as an example to the others. Again, this character is used to portray the sacrifice the community must make to gain freedom for all. Gikonyo is a man who is controlled by love. He ultimately betrays himself because of his love for a woman. Gikonyo confessed his oath in hopes that by doing so he would be released from prison so that he could return to his wife Mumbi. He sacrificed his integrity to get back to her. However, once he did return, he found that she had betrayed him with another man. Gikonyo is also an example of the stability in the village. Sorry. Stability in the village. He is a carpenter, which is a respected occupation in any African community. Gikonyo's character must learn to forgive and forgive Mumbi, but her betrayal. The character of Karanga was represented to show the reader those Kenya who eventually followed the colonist. Karanga has an ongoing competition with Gikonyo that seem from them both having an attraction to Mumbi. Karenga came to rely on the British for his self-worth. Karanga was a man who sought British approval. In one instance, he is described as a dog that has been unexpectedly snubbed by the master it trusts. Nungi 161. Mumbi, a female character, is the Tower of Strength. She betrays Gikonyo while he is in the concentration camp by having Karanga's child. With the man gone, Mombi must support herself as well as her child, her parents, and her mother in law. Throughout the novel, she never loses her integrity. Although she makes a mistake, she accepts responsibility and moves on. Ngugi also depicts some British colonial character. John Thompson was an administrative secretary, the boss of Karanga, and the epitome of a British colonist. His character would not be likely to function outside of his role in Kenya. On the eve of independence, Thompson is having a hard time coping with the fact that Kenya has gained its freedom. This shocks him because he had originally come from Kenya with a concrete conviction that he would help in establishing the British Empire there. He must also deal with the fact that he must now leave Kenya and return to a country where his future is uncertain. Thompson's wife, Margaret, is characterized as a lonely, immoral woman. Their marriage is basically over and she needs an outlet. She has an affair with an alcoholic meteorological officer just for the excitement. Excitement. Dr. Liand is a woman who decides to stay in Kenya. Despite the independence, she has made Kenya her home and feels that she will not be forced out of her adopted country. She says, safe or not, I will not leave this place. I'll not leave my property to them. Ngugi 165. Despite being attacked by the Mau Mau and seeing that her own trusted guard led the attack, she refused to leave. One would get the feeling that her character refused to accept the truth. Ngugi shows this when Thompson says to her, then you'll have to get better home guard. The novel also referred to actual historical figure. The Mama movement is shown through the work of Jomo Kenyatta, Kihika, Waiyaki, and Harry Thuku. Ngugi also used the death of Waiyaki to explain the title of his book and the short Bible passage he used opposite the page. Ngugi started Waiyaki's blood contained within in it a seed, a grain which gave birth to a movement whose main strength thereafter sprang from a bond with the soil. This is an important point in the novel because Ngugi is showing how the British tried to control the situation by making an example of a freedom fighter. But the incident had the opposite effect because it sprang forth the movement. that would eventually lead to the British losing control. He also make a point that these men were willing to give their lives for independence. The death of Wayakis, Harry Thugu and Kihika influenced the Kenyan people to work together to fight for freedom. Ngũgĩ says, in Kenya we want deaths which will change things. That is to say, we want true sacrifice, but first we have to be ready to carry the cross. Ngũgĩ 95. By saying this, he suggests that every Kenyan must contribute to the cause. They could not expect one man's death to bring about their freedom. Ngũgĩ is able to establish the importance of brotherhood. Using this character, Ngũgĩ is able to tell the story of Kenya on the verge of independence. He is able to relay the feeling of each individual in the book, as they would have pertained to actual people in Kenya during that time. Ngũgĩ shows his personal and political beliefs through each plot of the novel. He shows the act of redemption, forgiveness, and acceptance. He develops his characters in such a way that he emphasizes their strengths and weaknesses. He also shows how families and the land make African communities strong. This is true with Gikonyo and Mumbi. Once Gikonyo has forgiveness in his heart, the reader realizes that this couple will be the center focus in the village. It is also shown when Gikonyo wants to purchase a site of land. Ngũgĩ states Gikonyo's heart was beating with hope, a vision of new future unrolled before him. Presently, Ngũgĩ is still in exile. He has no hope of ever returning to Kenya. He believes that the problems Kenya faces today are the result of colonialism and the influence it had on Kenyans. In the past, Kenya looked at its people as a whole. Today, people separate themselves. There is constant rioting, political motivated violence, and ethnic fighting. He started his belief that this selfish attitude was instilled in Kenyans from the colonist. Personal interview. Though his writings, Ngũgĩ stressed the fact that until it is the key to freedom, unity is the key to freedom. He wrote, I die for you, you die for me, we become a sacrifice for one another. The current government has been accused of corruption, economic mismanagement, and human rights abuse. An interview at Boy State University, Ngũgĩ saw his delusion with the Kenyan government. Although the government has been forced to hold multi-party election, Ngũgĩ believes that this serves no purpose because the government still control the rules governing the election. Ngũgĩ does remain optimistic that one day his people will reunite and learn that change is inevitable, and one day Kenya will achieve what its founding father envisioned. So, friend, our summary is finished. Its analysis or summary both are same, and both main purpose is to make you understand what the poet is going to tell in the topic of his or her title. So friend, we finished our title A Grain of Wheat by Ngũgĩ. So hope you all understand the critical analysis of the topic. And if you are new to channel, once again I want to say that subscribe to our channel, please like and give comments so that it make us more encouragement to make videos for you all. Thank you.